Here, I'm the production assistant for the Houston Food Bank Keegan's Kitchen. We're here at the food bank. We try to fill lives and fill pantries, and what that is we just make meals for kids. We make meals anywhere from 2,500 to 4,800 meals every day, Monday through Friday. Monday through Thursdays, we serve hot meals, and on Fridays, we serve cold meals. Some of these sites that we send these meals to are after-school programs, and some of these after-school programs are like YMCA's, Boys and Girls Clubs, community centers, churches, and schools also. So we have like 75, well, up to 75 sites all over Houston that we send these meals to. So I'm just fortunate enough to be a part of something that is really trying to help the community. So and we are so happy to have you all, North Houston, here. We're so glad that y'all came and got to get an opportunity to experience what we're doing here.
So I have another question. What part of your job is you find the most challenging? Like,
what's the most challenging? Wow, I mean, there's really nothing really challenging about it. I mean, oh man, if I can think of something challenging. Wow. There's really nothing.
Do you have a challenge when you have to like get people to volunteer, or they just come like?
Yeah, so well, we have someone that's a coordinator that does that as far as set up the appointments for volunteers to come in. Yeah.
What do you find most enjoyable at the food bank?
What's most enjoyable is knowing that we have fed kids. I mean, no matter how many, if it's 1, 2, or 3 or 4,000, you know, that's what's fulfilling. You know, knowing that we, fed someone today.
How many hours do you typically work?
Hours. I work anywhere between 8 to 10 hours a day. Yeah.
Are there any negatives to your job, like negative like stuff that comes with your job?
Anything negative? No. I mean, this type of environment at the Houston Food Bank, I mean, there's nothing really negative. Everything is pretty much, it's cool, positive, cool.
Can you describe one of your typical work days, like typical work days?
A typical work day would be we come in the production. We have production, and then we have the cooks. The cooks come in at 5 in the morning and start preparing the food for the kids. Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
7 o'clock, the production crew come in, and what the production crew does is prep the meals, prep the food for the cooks to be cooked. So around 8 o'clock, that's when we start, volunteers start coming in, so we could start prepping the food. And what the production side does is help the volunteers get the food prepped.
Thank you.
And around 9:30, 10 o'clock, that's when we start the assembly line. The assembly line is where we do the kids' cafe, where we make the meals, put the meals in the trays, seal them up, put them in some containers called Cambros to be sent out to the different sites. So we do that maybe around 2 or 3 hours, and then around 12 o'clock, that's when we release our volunteers. And then we have a second shift, starts at 1 o'clock, and at 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, that's the shift that you all is on right now. We just do prepping for the next day and the day after. So that's pretty much what a typical day at Houston Food Bank is.
What education is required in order to be in a position like you, like yours, like education, like?
Education. I mean, the only requirement for education is a high school diploma.
Hospital diploma?
Yeah, or GED.
GED?
Yeah.
What skills are required to be like in your job? Like skills.
Skills. For my position, just you have to provide good customer service. Just knowing what you need to do in order to have everything prepped for the cooks. Just having a knowledge of the kitchen and knowing where everything's at in the kitchen.
What's your history of education, like where you went to, like elementary, middle school, or high school, and college?
Okay, so I was born and raised in Houston.
Yeah, born in Houston.
Right here off of 45 in Shepherd, 45 in Little York. I went to a school, elementary school called Wesley, Mabel B. Wesley Elementary. Then I went on to Frank Frank Murphy Black Middle School, and then from there I went to Waltrip High School, where Patrick Swayze, I don't know if y'all know Patrick Swayze, but Patrick Swayze is a famous actor and famous dancer, went there. So went to Waltrip, and after that went to culinary school for a little bit, and then ended up landing here some years later. So yeah.
Other bros, any
Any
questions?
questions?
So what is your name again? So you can
My name is William Johnson.
William Johnson. Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. All right. Thank